Welcome back to new spicy side quests. Today we are going to talk about being kind to ourselves and going live on TikTok.
So before we started talking today, we were talking about different little filler words that make zero sense, and I used one already, which reminded me what we're talking about. I happen to like, for whatever reason during these podcasts, so and I know is a common thing for a lot of people to use. What are yours? What are your filler words that fall out?
I don't like, like sort of like, to kind of like, but I use so as well, and I block sometimes, like I go, and then sometimes it's not even a word, it's just a
So and seem to be my favorite. I don't know if I say any other. Maybe you have to tell me if I do say any other ones. Do you notice?
I don't really notice it. It's all part of the pattern, part of your speech.
The back and forth of us that just kind of flows and rolls with it.
Yeah,
Yes. So today we're talking about being nice to ourselves.
Yes.
And I messaged Hannah before we were going to get together tonight and told her my knee is sore and I'm a little bit tired tonight. But there's something about the radiance, the energy of when we get together, that my knee, I'm trying to ignore it, but the tiredness is going away. We are recording at a different time tonight. Hannah likes to spend all night up doing the 150,000 things she likes to do. So I just did it again. That's okay. So it's 7:30 on the East Coast. And because it's not daylight savings times, it's what? Almost midnight by you, right?
It's it's a 11:30 over here. So yeah.
You have pages of purpose as well for TikTok lives. And what time is that for you when it's not daylight savings time?
So when we do our pop, it's 10:30.
10:30. That's pretty late, because you and I both have UK friends and followers for our TikTok, and a lot of them don't make it because they are probably sitting in bed, reading their books, dark romantic book wide open. I got different things going on back here too.
I love it.
Hannah inspired me to do an inspiration wall, and I have a lot of stuff hidden in front of me because it would give away spoilers to my first 2 books.
I have a lot of stuff hidden in front of me because it's inappropriate.
And how is that treating each other nice? Because how isn't it? I get to look at lovely beings and creatures and beautiful beings that I feel like I know so much about them. They're friends.
You created them yourself. They're like your children, but also not like your children.
Not my children. Not my children.
But you created them. I've got like a little corner with, those AI dress up challenges.
Yes.
So
I love them.
I've got a little corner of me as like a rock star, and there's someone from Peaky Blinders, so I can look at it and go, I'm that person as well as this person. And then little quotes saying like, I'm strong, I'm brave, and all this. And then I've got character art, and then I've got Vlado, of course.
Of course, Vlado has to be on there. Vlado's on my wall too.
I've got pictures of my friends, 2 of my lovely friends from the US over here.
That's awesome.
And
I did too.
I did for you, so
yeah. Hannah designed my book cover for book 2, which is Blood Bomb, which is coming out in May. Pretty excited.
Very exciting.
Very excited about that. I commented about my knee. And and I'm super uncoordinated. And when I told my friend Becca that I fell because I thought I could play basketball with my nephew who came here, and I have this really bad affliction, and I get competitive when I play sports, and I am not a sports player. Like the first time I went water skiing, do you water ski in the UK?
Yeah. I've got on lakes and on the sea. Yeah.
Have you ever tried it?
No.
Oh, yeah, I rode on my butt for 50 feet. Okay, I'm not coordinated. I couldn't get up.
I can barely walk in a straight line, let alone.
Yes, exactly. And I thought I was going to play 2-on-2 basketball. And my nephew said that the toe of my tennis shoe stopped me. And it was like, I felt like a giant. It was like, whoa. Fell on the cement. And I felt awesome when I got up, right? My sister-in-law's a nurse, so right away, my brother and sister-in-law came to get me and were like, we're going to sit you down and make sure you didn't hurt yourself. And I'm like, I'm fine. I'm fine. And a day and a half later, I was in urgent care. Not fine, it turns out. I can barely walk. I want a bubble suit. Can someone please make me a bubble suit? That is trendy.
Patented to our size.
Yes. Can you like squish everything in too? Like
arrow shape, curves in all the right places.
Or we could change our outfits every day, right? One day is Blinders outfit. Yes.
So that we remove the head and stick it on another coordinated body.
It's kind of like those paper dolls. Did you ever play with paper dolls when you were younger? I used to cut them out of magazines and then put them on cardboard. Yes.
Yeah.
And dress them up. We are all over the board tonight. That's okay.
Great. That was great.
Those of you listening, if you can keep up.
This is Sidequest. I've always been jealous of people who could like roller skate and ice skate and skateboard, because anything higher than that, and it's like vertigo almost. I can't.
Okay.
You
get nauseous when it's too high.
Even heels, I'm like, I can't walk.
My whole life is platform shoes.
Is it? I think because I walk with my toes like that.
Okay, then
I've got a really weird gait.
Remember, we were going to be nice to each other tonight, so you got to back that up. You don't have weird gait. Okay. And
wonderful gait.
Yes. Think about something nice you can say about yourself.
Yes.
You said this week you'd really like your smile.
Yeah, seeing myself more online and on videos and stuff. I'm like, your smile's all right. Yeah. You've got a nice smile. You should use it more.
You should use it more. I love seeing your smile. I sent you that video the other day too. That woman, she I think she had a wig on and it was really curly. And she was like, gosh, I would love to have curly hair like this. And it's like, you have curly hair, right? We always want what we don't have.
Yeah. And what we have got, we hate.
Yes, exactly.
I like my hair now. Now it's a bit longer than it was.
Wow.
I don't know what to do with it other than tie it back in a bun or a ponytail.
You have to create a character for yourself on with some different style, right?
That's a good idea. And try it out each day. And how I need instructions on how to do it as well.
Yeah, definitely will do that.
Maybe like subtle makeup as well.
Yes. Yeah, whatever you
still look like me, but not.
Yeah. The natural look. I love that. A long time ago, I did the Mary Kay thing. You know what Mary Kay is?
No.
Over here, it's like they come in your house and they don't do your makeup for you.
Yeah.
They help you with makeup, because I've always wanted to help people build their confidence, which kind of gets us back to our first topic, because those of us that love to crown fix
Mm.
And if who's ever listening doesn't know what a crown fixer is, it's somebody that doesn't compete with you. They are okay to be in your space because they want to cheer you on and they want you to win too.
Yeah.
They aren't trying to belittle you, outdo you, put you aside. A true crown fixer is somebody that cheers for you so much that you forgot that you had lost any confidence. And those of us that love to be crown fixers have one issue sometimes, and not everyone.
Mm.
But I know me and you struggle with this, and I know some other friends in our group struggle with this, is that we are so good at fixing everybody else's crown that we don't even know we have our own.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that's quite, it's a little bit like that rejection sensitivity dysphoria, where you kind of think, oh, hang on, we're all these people, but who's helping me? And then we're lucky because we've got a nice little group who help each other equally. But I have been times in the life where you think, I put so much effort into one person and I've got nothing back other than knowing that I've helped this person. Like the Phoebe Buffet conundrum. She's like, if I let a bee sting me, then that's a good thing because the bee wants to sting me. And they're like, no, the bee doesn't want to sting you. The bee
doesn't want to.
No, the bee will die if it stings you. So, it's that sort of, you've got to fix your own crown as well and let other people crown fix you. So, yeah.
Be okay to let them in.
Yeah. Like
nobody caught that except for you. I did not catch it.
Yeah, there's another one I do. Like, yeah. So yeah.
It's all good. Oh, it's all good. I'm sure who's ever listening is probably thinking, what are the words that I use over and over again?
Yeah.
But it's common, right? I mean, I have mentored people who would get nervous and do speeches, and it's different on a podcast because I think on a podcast, I am thinking about the words that I'm saying, right? And I want to make sure that it's inclusive as possible and not go to my completely silly side self where not everybody can listen to us. And there I did it.
But
and
still being genuine,
right? You're thinking about those words, you're overthinking it instead of just falling into your natural person. I was going to say character. So much of what we do is being in that character space, right? So it's just being nice to yourself and working with it. For me, I think it's going to be something that I'm going to work on because it does bother me. But I'm being nice to myself tonight.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You deserve it.
Yes, we both deserve it. Everybody deserves it.
Well, you sent me a message saying I can't see my crown or something, or like I've got a crown, and I said, I said you have. It's just tucked. It's falling back behind your head. You just need to flip it forward again, and then you'll see it.
Yeah, I was thanking you for helping me fix my crown the other day, and I was like, I kind of forgot where it was, and you were like, yes, you didn't forget it. You just had to tip it forward.
It just fell back. You just have to.
Like a suction cup. Ears. It's a good thing you have the sound effects because those who are listening and not watching us can hear what you're just, what you're.
Yeah, they can hear me.
She has like
ears. My ears behind my
ears. Their ears, not horns. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, who knows? I mean, oh my God, I've got to say feral on TikTok.
I've been enjoying the Feral Fridays. I've been having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
And using our characters in there. So we started posting ourselves showing up as Queens of the Feral Court, which just means showing ourselves as somebody who's strong and who we see ourselves as. Maybe not externally, but internally, however it may be.
Yeah.
And this week we added our characters. And that was fun. And I had
male character.
Yes. Oh, yeah. All my male characters. Which reminds me, I need to do the one with the females. But I dropped a huge bomb in one of them.
Ooh.
I don't know if that's okay to say that word, but I meant a huge Easter egg.
Nice.
Huge, huge, huge Easter egg in one of those pictures.
I did too, actually.
Did you? Oh, no, I got to go back and look at it.
Well, you know, my utterly insane secret project that's no longer a secret.
Oh, you put your secret.
I put a character from that project in it.
Oh, is it no longer a secret?
Yeah, because I've talked about it on TikTok. That I haven't said what it's about.
Yeah.
Or who's in it. Just that it's a horror, dark romantasy style. Yeah.
You should talk about it because the feat you are trying to accomplish is a big deal. And I've seen people say, oh, I wrote a book in a month. And it's like, yeah, but is it readable?
Yeah.
Is the content good? Did you actually write it yourself?
Yeah. Did an AI do it? See, if I'm not happy with a story, or if my alpha readers are not happy with the story, then I'll be like, no,
I get it.
Yeah, I didn't.
It didn't exist.
Yeah, I'll be like, thank you for the follows, but I just shelved it.
I'm sorry, character, but you're not going to continue to live.
Yes, it's a challenge for me to get me writing again, because I realised after the back end of last year, I haven't really actually proactively written anything really.
Okay, you're wrapping up projects and doing like second, third, fourth drafts. Okay,
yeah.
I didn't realize that.
So I was like feeling a bit of a slump, and like, I've got to finish this. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to give myself 4 weeks to write a book and get it out and published, and then I'll go back to editing for a break.
For a break. I enjoy editing. I actually need to do a post about that. Shanika's book was my first book that I have my name in as an editing project, and I'm so excited about that. And I cannot wait to talk about it. I think I'm going to do it separate from the review because I don't want to take away from her review.
Yeah.
And just kind of say, you know, that I'm open to doing this, because when you told me that book 2 that I was reading is so early, I switched hats and I put on the hat of, okay, I don't care about any kind of extra spaces or anything. I'm just going to fully immerse myself in the story.
Yeah.
And I have to tell myself that, because otherwise I zone in on the commas, the different quotes, the curve to the straight, you know?
Yeah. And like, that's the second book, Veilborn Oath. It's not finished. It's like the second part of it are chapters that are going to be slotted in later in the book, so they're not, they follow a pattern and they follow the story, but they're not going to be as they are in the copy you've got, because I'm writing it. But I needed to have a little bit of a step away and a break. Writing a book in 4 weeks.
I am so excited because Grayspire Media House, which is what I have everything under for authoring and content editing and proofreading. That's how I love to help others. And I've had so much fun helping people in our group.
Yes. Yeah, definitely.
And so we wanted to talk about how we could do that for TikTok lives. And you came across this. I didn't actually see this. You want to talk about it a little bit and share?
Yeah, so I've been thinking a little bit going live myself, but like offering because when I started out writing, I didn't know anything not writing, publishing. I didn't really know anything. I didn't know about book talk really, or anything. And now, having done it for over a year and spoken to more indie authors, I realized that there's a lot of people who start out and they either have no clue, have no money, or have no skills beyond, sorry, I say no skills beyond writing, you know what I mean? Like they don't have the...
Marketing is brand new. I mean, if you don't go to college for it or do it in your career, I mean, how would you know about marketing, right?
Marketing, or maybe they're not, they can type, they're computer literate in Word, but they can't create book covers, and you know, and people do charge a lot to design a book cover. And so I was thinking, because I've done yours, I've done one,
not just mine. You did bookmarks and stickers, and you did bumper stickers. And I'm so excited with the QR code. Those are coming with me to my book fair in April.
Cool. To make some more bumper stickers for you, more quotes on.
Yes, I know. I should have asked that question of the beta readers.
Pardon?
I should have asked that question of the beta readers. Like, what was your favorite lines? Do you ask that when you gather feedback from everybody? Do you ask them if they had a favorite line?
I've never actually done beta readers. Like, literally, like you and our friend Rachel K. Thorne are literally and some friends from the UK who've read my books. That was all I knew about beta readers and alpha readers. That's what I mean. I didn't know anything. And then also, like, imposter syndrome says, oh, there's no point sending it out to people because they won't enjoy it. You might as well just publish it and then it's done and then you can move on. And it's like, so I've got to get over that and advertise my books and talk about my books more in a positive light, because I think they're not bad. They're pretty good reads.
I love how you describe your books. Okay, first off, if anybody has ever picked up a Hannah Calver book, they are not just good. They're awesome. They're amazing. They're excellently written. She does an amazing job of world building and connecting it with history and beliefs. And I don't even have the right words to describe your books. And so on our theme tonight of being nice to ourselves, please don't ever describe yourself again as your books are okay, or, you know, maybe someone wants to read it. Everybody wants to read your books. Your books are wonderful. Your books are brilliant. She is such an amazing author, writer, talented, creative. Yes. Everybody needs to see your books.
My cheeks are going red.
Good. I hope they're like tomato red.
And coming from you, from an accomplished, wonderful author as well, you know, I mean, I've seen your world building in action, and it's extraordinary. It's just, coming from you means everything. So thank you, Magdalena.
Thank you. Thank you. You're welcome. You deserve it.
Basically, I want to be there to say that if you need a book cover designing, tell me what you can afford. I will design your book cover, your first book cover, and then when your book sells, you can either keep the book cover or, you know, go bigger somewhere else. But you know, just to help people get started, or talk about character development or smut scenes, or plotting the story, and you know, just working semi asynchronously, and so not to a timetable, but working and quietly, you know, but just being there to support. Or if I can't do it, pointing them in the direction of like your good self, and saying, I know someone who's an excellent editor who will edit your book at a low cost, or a cost you can afford, or something. Or I know voice actors who will voice part of your book for your advertisement, you know, again, relatively low cost, hopefully, you know, and that will help support then the voice actors, yourself, other creatives. So it's building that community of yeah, like,
Mhm.
but the ADHD brain says I can do it, but it also says executive dysfunction. But I'm determined.
She can do it. I've seen it. How do you want people to reach you if they're interested in talking with you?
DM me probably on TikTok, or
Okay.
I need to look at Linktree again, really, and see if I can do something with that.
That is a great idea. That is a great idea.
Yeah, or my website, hannahcalvertauthor.com.
Awesome.
Yeah, there's a messaging service on there, so.
Okay. Do you want to add your TikTok handle so everybody knows it?
It's very complicated. It's at Hannah Calvert Author.
Wonderful. Mine is Magdalena Nenev Author.
There we go. Yeah. Nice. You like the keeping simple.
Yes, I like keeping it simple. I haven't added the books. Everybody really enjoys when there's book emoticons and everything in the title.
Yeah.
But I like keeping it simple and easy.
Yeah.
And maybe
it's a bit more professional, I think, as well. If you've got just your name, speaks professionalism, opposed to, because then they go into it and they go, oh yeah, she is quite quirky actually. But you know, initially it's like professional author, not emoji author. Not that there's anything wrong with people putting emojis in their names.
No, there's not. Absolutely not. You can tell right away when someone follows you and they have those in their name. It's like, okay, they like books. That's why they're following me.
Yes. Yeah. It's a secret code amongst BookTok people.
Yes. That is, I think, the biggest thing. If someone was trying to break in to TikTok and start their account, I have grown so much. And I know there's been a lot of talk lately that some people are jumping ship and going to Instagram. I don't think Instagram has the community that TikTok does. So I have an Instagram account. I've had an Instagram account for years. I have the same amount of followers that I've had for years. The only ones that I've added are my friends from TikTok. I don't know that I would ever leave TikTok. And I just started a year ago. Yeah. And I've grown so much. And I have made so many good friends, from the ladies at Pop to you, to our WhatsApp chat groups. Community, right? That is what I would tell somebody.
It feels more genuine somehow on TikTok than it does on Instagram. Instagram feels a little bit false somehow. A little bit. Yeah. And I don't like how they message. It's all one big clump, the messaging, and you just can't find it. It's, for my sort of brain, it doesn't work as well. I enjoy watching the reels on Instagram.
I mean, Instagram has some nice things. It's all, the biggest thing when I started, like when I really dove in and was prepping for Bloodfire, I spent 2 weeks gathering supplies to make it aesthetically beautiful for Instagram, because Instagram is all about perfect and beautiful.
Yeah.
And those two things, right, are how we fall in that rabbit hole. Because I made a spreadsheet. I put all of my things in there. I had moss, and I had all the stuff that I collected around the house that I already had, right? And started making these beautiful aesthetic pictures. Do you think I posted any of them? I think I posted 2. It was boring. It's like, I don't want to do this. I want to make memes. I want to make people laugh. I want to share what I know, right? I
want to show the multi sides of my personality, from the kooky to the serious, you know, and everything in between. This is me, and I'm learning who me is through TikTok, weirdly.
I know. Isn't that crazy? Crazy is probably not the best word. Isn't it interesting, I think, is a better word. On saying
interesting nuts. Yeah.
Like, who am I? Who do I want to be? I've always been a chameleon, right? Especially with my clothes. I dress on my mood, and I read on my mood. And I just saw a post on that today. I think it was my friend Amy who lives in Scotland, and she was like, it was a bookish meme, and it was saying how I don't understand why you don't want to read me today. And her little bookish meme was like, well, yesterday I wanted to read you. I don't want to read you today.
Yeah.
And that's how
I'm like that.
you know,
yeah.
The reading, the books, everything.
I'm a mood reader, and I'm also if a book hooks me, then I'm obsessively, compulsively reading it. Even in queues for like toilets and stuff, I've got it on my phone. I'm reading it, because I'm obsessed with the book. But if I'm not in the mood, or I've got other stuff going on, which I have at the moment, reading for me is really difficult.
Hard. Yes, you have to concentrate.
Yeah.
When you get the obsessive, though, do you get where you're so excited, you want to hurry up and rip through that book because it's so good, it's so awesome, it's so amazing. You don't know if there's a book two, which I've been falling into that trap lately, but you also don't want it to come to an end. Yeah. So you like, it's this really like, hurry up, but don't hurry up.
Yeah, it's when you find that sweet spot with a book, which is quite rare, I find. And it oftentimes it's a book you weren't expecting it to happen on. It's magical.
It really is. If someone can do that on paper with words, it is incredible.
Yeah.
Because have you reread books? I have a couple series that I have read 6-7 times once a year, just rip right through them again if I first read them, right?
I've even got books that one of the books, it's called The Loop by Nicholas Evans, and I can remember I read it relatively quickly in my late teens, and then the next day I was just having breakfast or something, and my mum or my dad said, "Are you okay, Hannah?" And I was like, "Yes, I've just finished this amazing book." And they're like, "Oh, great." And I was like, "Why are you sad?" I said, "Because I want to read it again, but I don't know if I can, because obviously at that point I was undiagnosed, probably autistic and ADHD, and I thought the rules were you read the book, you put it on the shelf, and that was it. That was for me, that was the rules." And then they said, "Well, what's stopping you? Why can't you read it again?" And I was like, "Oh." And then that moment of revelation that I could read this book again, and I read it again. So back-to-back reading of this book, and I've done that a couple of times on some books. And it's just so good, and you just go back and read it again. And or on Kindle, you go back to certain scenes and read those chapters again. Because,
yeah.
You
know how they post sometimes the questions on TikTok or any other kind of social media site, and it says, "What book do you wish you could read again for the first time?" Yeah. I don't know that I find it bad to read a book a second time, because you know what? There's so many nuggets in Bloodfire that people haven't picked up on yet. And when they get to Bloodbound, they're going to go, "Oh, this was literally right in my face."
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's what I pick up on when I read the second or third time, is like, this was right here. The author put this right here for us.
It's like, oh my God, it's glaringly obvious now.
Yes.
I see it. Or I know what's going to happen. I think, oh, this makes this scene so much better, because I know that in a couple of chapters this is going to happen, and we're gearing up for this. It's just wonderful. And my dad finished Shackled, and I said, "Did you get the twist at the end?" And he was like, "No." And I said, "But it was so obvious," because to me it was just so obvious. And he was like, I had some feelings and some suspicions that this person wasn't who he was saying he was going to be.
Don't give anything away.
But then that bomb hit, where who he actually is, and he said, "I'm then thinking back in the book, I could see where you had dropped tiny little clues." And he said, and it just, he said it, and Shackled was better than Tethered, because you matured in your writing and things like that. And just lots of, there's some clues, like in Valeborn, there's massive clues about who Shep is, because he hallucinates and sees things he shouldn't see. And Hallam talks about feeling like his back's going to break, or he's got wings coming out of it, he feels something moving in his back. So there's I think big clues in Valeborn about who they are, but yeah, people don't pick it up until they've
They
read
get the next one.
like,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yes. And then there's some people who really zone in. Sportster, I believe, Sarah on TikTok,
Yeah.
she zoned in on one clue that nobody else zoned in on Bloodfire, and it was so fun because she kept messaging me. And if anybody is a fan of me or Hannah, and you enjoy a book we're writing that you have purchased and you're excited, there's clues in there, let us know. We love hearing that, because Sarah kept messaging me and she's like, there's something up with this. I know there's something. And I was having so much fun because it was like, yes, you're the first person who's picked up on this. However, I can't tell you anything. But it's so fun to hear that, because we get so close to these stories and these characters that we sometimes don't even think of them as anything beyond real.
Yeah.
Right. And so if they pick up on something that is now so common to us that we kind of forget that it was a nice, fun little Easter egg, it's fun hearing about it again.
Yeah, I was going to say, when you pick up on a clue and you think, was that a clue? Did I do that? Oh, yeah, that was
The whole writing process and how our mind works, where you can sit down and just write.
Yeah.
I remember friends of mine asking, when I lived back west, and they would say, I don't understand. I had this one friend, his name was Wes, and he was like, how does that work for you? Do you sit down and you know what you're going to write? Do you have it all planned out? How does this story come to life? And it's like, I sometimes have an outline. I'll be out somewhere and something will trigger. Is that how it for you, or it just like,
yeah. So for example, for the one I'm doing at the moment, this is my book for that one. So I've got all my thoughts and notes and everything written inside it. I sort of,
those are a lot of beautiful notes. Very nice penmanship.
Lots of notes, and then I've got images as well.
Oh, that's pretty.
Because
you just showed me
seeing
them, character.
Seeing them for me helps me.
Are you showing secrets that you're not supposed to be giving away?
Probably. But I haven't told anybody what the story is.
I haven't told anybody, but I'm just showing everybody right now.
It's got a hunky man in it. A surprise, and he's got tattoos. So I kind of half plot it, but most of the time I'm writing it, and then something will happen, and I'll be like, oh, and it goes on a different tangent, and I just follow it and see where it goes, and then trust your gut, trust your instinct.
Trust your instinct.
Let the story write itself.
I thought outline was death to the creative process when I first started writing. I'm going to be quite honest. And then when I was putting Bloodfire together, Becca and I started writing this Coven of the Court Sisters 8.5 years ago. And we would do a word of the day. We'd get together at a coffee shop and we would write. And we'd have snacks and enjoy coffee and then just write word of the day if we were stumped. I ended up pulling a lot of that and shaping it from my character, because we have 3 characters and we each have our own stories, right? I ended up with 300,000 words. Wow. This is why you use an outline.
But sometimes you can write it and then you outline it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I tried outlining it with the 300,000 words though, and it took forever. But I did an outline this book, and I mean, I did 135,000 words in 4 months. Yeah. So obviously that's a better process for me.
Yeah. Well, when I was writing Tethered, I had this notebook and I had to write out the days of the month and say what was happening when, to make sure that things weren't overlapping. And then the same for Shackle, because Tethered. So
your outline, you had to do it visually.
Yeah. So I've got to see it. And then so as I was writing it, I was putting in the date. I thought, well, that can't happen then because that's too close to a full moon, or it's not close enough to the full moon. So it was very sporadic, but And it was as I was outlining as I was writing to remind myself where I was. And the same for so tethered set over a month, or a shackled set over 7 months, 8 months. So I needed to track where I was going with it. And it's the same a little bit for Riven. Riven's over 2 months.
Okay.
So because it's very important that Hedge only really appears once during the full moon. So you have such a big character who's not in it very much. I wanted to get his story across a bit more. So yeah, it's tricky finding those tricks, but yeah.
I love that.
Doing it.
Circling back to how we started tonight's session was being kind to yourself, and the amount of love and care you put into your story and your characters reflects in your novels of you literally plotting out when the next full moon is, when the half moon, the crescent moon, right? And making sure that everything aligns.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of putting that much effort, that knowing that about you alone would be enough to want to read your books, because I would trust that you've put so much loving care into the words.
And then when I do something based on the history, I'll research the history, or I'll research language, and I'll make sure that's as accurate as possible. I mean, it might tweak it a bit for the storytelling, but it's so in Shackled they go up to Hadrian's Wall, and
there's all of a sudden there's clicking sounds coming when you're talking.
Oh, that better?
Talk.
Hello.
Okay, yeah, it's better. Because yeah, there was all of a sudden there was like fuzz, because I think that we may have to stick with Spotify this time.
Yeah.
It's doing it again. Talk.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, now it's fine. Okay. All right. Sorry. Go ahead.
I was just good at saying that, like, in Shackle, there's part of it set in Hadrian's Wall, but it's also set in Hadrian's Wall before it was Hadrian's Wall, when it was just a Roman garrison called Banner. And so I wanted to make sure I got the name right, the location right, maybe play about with the dates a little bit, loosey-goosey with the dates a bit, but making sure it's as historically accurate as I could make it, so it was believable, so it lived. Yeah.
I love that. That's awesome. I like to do the opposite, right? I like to literally create creatures.
Your stupid wolf, which I can talk about because it was on your Feral Friday post.
Yes. And then there's a beast back there behind me, and I can't give it away because it's kind of a funny little quirk in book 2 on Luna actually thinking, are they just messing with me? Are they just making up words just to mess with me?
Yeah.
So I like to
nice
enter that dry humor in there. So yes, I made up a bunch of characters. So I do the opposite of making everything so fantastical, and where I love how you connect with all of that. I think that is amazing. And I love how we're so polar opposites on that, where you're researching and connecting it, and I'm literally sitting down and making up words and making up these characters. It's so opposite, and so yeah, we have so many things in common when it comes down to like writing the story out.
Yeah, it's so nice. Even things like explaining the Titans and the Greek gods, I've explained it as they were real.
Yep.
They were elementals. So it's how humans perceived these beings. So they gave them god names and it made them gods. And that's how the pantheon of Roman gods came, and then the Norse gods. I don't know, you've read about Leaf, haven't you, in Verborn 2? So that kind of explains the Norse gods a bit, in my mind. So making it explaining how belief comes to people through real things. yeah, because even like the Christian faith, a lot of it's based on pagan festivals. So, you know, it's fun fact. Did you know Easter is actually named after the Norse goddess Istra, who was like the goddess of fertility and new life.
I might have known that and forgotten. Okay.
Yeah, there you are. Fun fact for you. Easter is a pagan festival.
That's cool. That's awesome.
That was a side quest and a half, wasn't it?
That was a side quest and a half.
So on Pop this week, he said, tell me one thing you like about yourself, one nice thing about yourself. Don't think about it, just say it and just go. And some of the ladies found it quite difficult. And others were like, yeah, my nose, like we'd already talked about it, so you just got to agree the nose and the smile. And but yeah, it was an interesting and good way of
appreciating yourself.
Yeah. Crown fixing ourselves.
Crown fixing ourselves, yes. Or adding horns or ears.
Unicorn horn.
So everybody listening, please think about one thing that you really like about yourself that maybe you didn't used to like, or that you always have liked.
Yes.
And we hope you liked our show. Again, reach out to Hannah Calver if you are looking for any kind of help or support on anything, literally, with your authoring, especially if you're a first-time author and you need some help. And
or you're neurodiverse, or you know, anything, just
anything.
Reach out.
Yes,
and say, reach out to Magdalena and I for editing and professional proofreading.
Yes, I would love to do that because I zone in on that stuff.
And crown fixing.
And crown fixing, which I love to do. And then we'll see you next time.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.